I've been sitting here for 30 minutes getting things sorted out, no problems. Show's about to start and everything starts going wrong. So, anyway, we're live on StreamYard and we're live on YouTube. So, we're good to go. Ain't got nobody here yet unless we got the lurkers. So, so we'll wait a few minutes till somebody shows up. You know, uh, I'm feeling okay today. I didn't eat anything that I know of that was going to bother me. So things should be good. But if it's only me and you, it could be a quick show. Oh, I don't know. It's so what kind of day you had? You been working hard or hardly working?
Yeah, hardly working today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did cut some grass though, so which is technically work because it wasn't for me.
What'd you do? Take day off, or is it raining out there, or what?
It's been raining nonstop for a couple days. Well, I can't say nonstop. It stopped today around 10 o'clock. So basically,
Oh
just enough time for me to get one spot done. So
yeah, yeah. Actually, it's been a nice day here today. Sun shining, around 73, 74 degrees. It's quite nice. You know. I mean, we got rain on the
just started
forecast.
raining again.
Yeah, we're meant to get rain tomorrow morning, but we've had some rain in the last. I mean, this is last month and a half. It's been. There ain't nowhere else for the water to go. You know what I'm saying? Even the big old lake is overflowing. You know, they've. I think when it rains, they either close the dam or open the dam. I can't remember which way it goes. I think. I mean, because problem is the water. They must open it because the rivers that flow to the lake, the water's got to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not exactly sure how it
Yeah.
works, but
Yeah, well, it probably depends on the levels of the lake. If the lake's low, then they probably capture a bit. And then if the lake's high enough, then they probably release until they're happy with the amount.
yeah. But the problem
So
is
flow.
if they close the dam, the water's just going to back up in the rivers because it's got
Okay, yeah.
nowhere to go.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's probably water management, some kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
thing. So try to keep
yeah,
things at a certain level above and below.
yeah. You driving?
Yep,
Yeah.
for about 10 minutes.
Okay, no problem. I just thought so. You can always tell there's a difference in when you're sitting still at home and when you're driving. I don't know. Different microphone, the same microphone.
Yeah, this I'm using an earbud at this
Okay.
point, different than my other ones I usually use.
All right. Well, anyway, Raphael's in the house. He's in the chat. So good to see you, Raphael. So just waiting for some other people to show up if they do. So I don't know. I've made a decision. Part of this is going to be part of my chat. I was just waiting for more people to come in. But anyway, if anybody in the chat, as I said, don't see many people. I'll do it again later on. Is my little rushing off last week to cut the uh what's called the show short. I do apologize. It had to be something I ate because after I was sick, I, everything was back to normal. I was fine, so it had to be something I ate. It's the only thing I can think of that didn't sit right with me. But after that, I was good to go. So Anyway, thought I'd just say that for anybody listening who's interested. Anyway, let me introduce my panelists right now. Is we've got New York Outcast. How you doing?
Doing all right. Thanks for the invite. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
I wonder how come. I mean, I know that everybody's has lives and they do other shit, but I tell you, I haven't seen Guns and Barbecue in a long time. Is he still around?
I don't know. Honestly,
You haven't seen him in any shows that you've been on or watched?
No, I haven't seen him around, but I don't get around like I used to.
No, I don't either. That's the problem. I don't either. So I was just curious. I know we've seen Patriot in the Dark in the chat every now and then, but he hasn't actually been in the room in a long time as a panelist. But oh well, that's how these things go. Anyway, what I was going to say, I noticed this. I don't know if it's a one-off or anything, but YouTuber. Oh, what's his name? How you pronounce it? Stephen Chowder, or Chowder, however his last name is, right? Big on YouTube, keeps getting banned, but he went and made that contract or that deal with Rumble. I don't know. And what he did about a month ago is stopped doing his show on YouTube altogether. He said, if you want to see my show, you got, exclusive to Rumble only. Right? He would put sort of little, 5 to 10 minute segments out of his show on YouTube, but you couldn't get the full show. At the end of every one of his little segments, he would say, if you want to see the full show, come over to Rumble. But I can't, he's only done it once so far, which was today. So I could be jumping out of turn here. But today, guess what was on? He didn't do it live on YouTube, his show, but he put his whole show onto YouTube today. So I guess, see, because on Rumble, he's only got 1.75 million subscribers. But over here on YouTube, I think he's got almost 6 million. And I don't think he's getting the viewership he thought he was going to get. So it's just a little observation I made. I'm sort of filling in time here, waiting for people to join in the chat. So I know it's got nothing to do with me or what I do or anything else, but I just I found it interesting. So there we go. Anyway,
probably definitely revenue difference as well as far as ads and whatnot. I don't know that guy.
Yeah,
monetized. I've seen. So that's the case.
I think he's demonetized.
Okay. Well, if he's demonetized, then I don't know.
He's demonetized because he said stuff about YouTube, the government, and all this other stuff that they deem as being unacceptable to their terms of service or whatever.
Yeah. So maybe he was hoping to actually build some revenue over the platform.
Yeah. But anyway. Hey, Raphael. I don't understand. Oh, Raphael says, I don't understand the whole show somewhere else if all the people are here. Well, Raphael, Rumble made him a huge gave him huge contract. Like Joe Rogan on Spotify, where he got millions of dollars to go to Spotify, which he did. And of course, he's the biggest guy on podcaster around at the moment. They didn't offer, I don't think they offered that Steve that kind of money, but they offered him some big money to go to Rumble. And that's why he wants everybody to go over there, because that's what his contract is. And Rumble is a lot kinder to 2A at the moment, personally. And he touts that as one of the reasons why everybody should come to Rumble, because YouTube is dead. Rumble lets you do this, lets you say that, doing all this stuff. Now, up to a few years ago, YouTube was the same way. Then when the advertisers started saying, we don't like that, we don't like this, YouTube started coming up with all these bylaws and rules that we have to follow now. And Rumble will do the same thing if they get big. If they get big, as big as they think they're going to get, it will happen to Rumble too. Money talks. Is that a cynical way to look at the world? I just think it's the truth, personally. Until money talks, how many politicians are in jail since Trump took charge? None. How many are likely to go to jail? None. So, because they've got money. Money talks, keeps their ass out of jail. Me and you, we do only a smidgen of what those people do. We're in jail for years. It's not meant to be that way. And I reckon if the founding fathers saw the way it is today, they would cry. They really would. Because this isn't the way it is today, isn't the way they imagined it, I don't think. So, we'll see. We'll see. Long as the country stays free for another 20 or 30 years, or as long as I'm still alive, I'll be happy. I know you could say that's kind of cold and callous. What about my kids and my grandkids? Well, I would love it to be the same for them, but I ain't going to be here. So, what I don't know don't hurt me. That's kind of cruel and mean, really, when you think about it. But there you go.
Yeah, it's not really ideal.
Yeah, I know, but I guess over the last, I don't know, it's been going on for years, but I think it all sort of came to, not a head, it came out in the light, when Trump got elected the first time. You saw what this country was really like, the way they got to him, and they're trying to do the same thing to him now. I mean, like that judge the other day ordering Trump that he's got to rehouse 12,000 immigrants. Now, when does a district judge tell the head of the executive branch, who's in charge of the country and charge of immigration, what he can and cannot fucking do? You know what I'm saying? But Ugh. So who's this? John Z. New York outcast with disabilities. Am I reading that right?
Probably been a long time since we've seen him around.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome
So,
back.
yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was just yeah, so I just feel that the world's going to, I don't know about the world. Well, yeah, it is. I mean, if my personal opinion, if you want this country to be like Europe and there are free open borders, you've seen, I mean, it's terrible. I mean, I have no problem with people in, what's the word I'm looking for? Immigrating here whatsoever. Do it the right way. And most people who come here want the American lifestyle. So they, what's the word I'm looking for? Assimilate? Is that the correct word? To the American lifestyle. You know? But these people that are coming over here now, those people in Europe, England, for argument's sake, that country is nothing like it was when I lived there 30 years ago. It is totally different. I mean, when people come here and go there and all these countries, they don't want to assimilate to the English way of life. They just want what they had in their country in a different country. I mean, even England has, I think, around 13. Oh, what's that law the Muslims have? They have their own court. The British government,
Sharia.
yeah, has allowed them to have 13 of those courts in the country to deal with their laws. You know, that is totally bullshit. You know, and what I'm saying is, I'm not saying the Muslims here, but it could be the Somalis up in Minnesota. I mean, that's a big thing up there and shit. What I'm saying, they say they don't want to assimilate to the American way of life. They wanted to keep it, you know, they want what they had in their country here. Well, I'm sorry, that's not what immigration's about. You know, all they said, let's immigrate to the United States because they'll give us all the free shit, is what it comes down to. You know, and like stupid ass fools, the American government does it. You know, I can understand, you know, helping people to get them back on their feet. But, you know, I mean, a good example, you get all that. I mean, over in Europe, I mean, I can mainly only talk about England because that's the country I know best. But now, I mean, I was talking to my sister a little while ago, and it's got to the point with, like, if you get into the welfare system, you know, getting unemployment, all the benefits, it's like a permanent thing. Once you're on it, you never come off it. And it doesn't give anybody the incentive to get out there and work. You know? So yeah, I'm glad to see you, John. Yeah, stroke survivor is back. Good to be back and not on the ground. Absolutely. You know? I'm glad you're still hanging in there. Shame you're back up there in the, you know, behind enemy lines still. But, you know, what can we say? You're working to get a road warrior to race you and your scooter. Yeah, I still got my scooter. I don't use it as much as I used to, but I still have it. Talking about that, I need to go put the batteries on charge. I charge them up every couple of months, you know, to keep it ready to go. I understand that, John, back in New York. Yeah, I understand. You had to because you were, you know, when it, your brother come and got you, took you back. So, hey, Tactical Fud, good to see you. I'm looking to move out of New York again. Maybe Rob will join me. Nah, Rob's a New Yorker. He ain't going nowhere. Rob's gonna die in New York. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. So, I saw your other video with your daughter shooting the 380.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. It was kind of weird. I saw two of your shorts on sort of like, well, I'm trying to think. I saw two of them on, like when I go onto YouTube, I go onto my sort of like my subscription page, and it was that they were there. But then I sort of like go to YouTube homepage, then the other one popped up, and I you know, I don't see it on my subscription page, but why I don't
That's
know.
weird.
Yeah, it is weird, but it could be my system here too. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, she does strange things sometimes. So
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah, yeah, she likes it, which sucks. Yeah,
uh,
I was hoping I might be able to keep it because I like it too. So, but yeah, now once she gets her paperwork cleared, then I'll legally get it transferred over to her.
yeah, you're just gonna have to buy yourself another one.
Probably or
You know.
something similar. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is kind of fun to shoot. I mean, not that other things are a problem, but it's the only thing that's not cool is the damn price of the ammo. But besides that,
Yeah.
it's pretty fun.
Hey, you're gonna have to teach her how to reload if she
Yeah,
wants
yeah,
the ammo for it. You know.
yeah, yeah. We
Yeah.
already been out shooting it a couple times, and I've had her breaking it down, cleaning it. She's ordering her own cleaning kit,
Okay, that's good.
all
That's
that
good.
type of stuff as well. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, personally, as everybody knows, I love cleaning firearms anyway, so I enjoy doing it. But yeah, but when she was shooting, did she think she was missing because she was hitting the target on the little clip
she,
that you showed?
yeah, I don't know what I got up there or not, but she missed a couple times, and then had to kind of just talk her in, and she got it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
apparently she was having issues with the sights right off the jump, so ended up just going back through it because it is different than a lot of my firearms. So
Yeah. Has
the
she?
back's just totally flat,
Yeah.
black. There's no markings or anything, but once she got it down, she was good. Once she realized what she was doing. So
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
yep. So it's good because it did a good job lining up, for her to check out. But like I said, it kind of sucks because after I got to play with it, yeah, I don't really want to give it up, but that's just the way it goes. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. Well, you could always
yeah,
say you could always be mean and say decided not to give it to you.
yeah, right. Like,
Yeah.
don't piss me off
Yeah.
until your paperwork comes through.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
thing was a pretty damn good price too.
yeah.
I thought I paid more than I did because I bought ammo with it and everything, but I got a discount for using cash. So Squib would love that. So uh, basically, I got it 303 rubies.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so that's
Ain't bad at
pretty.
all.
No, no, I think that's the cheapest one I've bought, at least it handgun wise. So,
Yeah.
uh, but and, you know, seems to be working fine, no problems, everything's right, and everybody seems to be loving it. So, only thing I don't like is a takedown. Is not that it's difficult or anything, but you remove a pin out of it, and it
Yeah.
actually completely removes. Then you can, literally, you don't even have to pull the trigger; it just slides apart from that point.
Yeah.
And getting your finger to like get that out, it's kind of a bitch because it's not like an AR where you can push on the other side and pop it and then pull it from the opposite side or something. It's just you can only see the pin on the one side, I believe. But anyway, I just don't like that you have to remove that and it comes all the way out. So it's not a big deal or nothing, but if you don't have, I guess, gorilla fingernails, then it can be a little tricky and you got to use something on it. But as far as that's probably really the only complaint I have. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I'm just reading what John, he said from his initial stroke, it put him down and he had 7 more surgeries. That is rough. So I'm glad you're well enough to come on here, John. I'm really good to see you. And also, luckily, having disabilities, you said you want to go back out to Free State. Your disability goes with you. Doesn't matter where you go in the country, your disability follows you. So that's the one good thing about it. So
yeah, in a Free State, you could probably get a 410 shotgun cane or rig up some hardware on your scooter thing.
Yeah, your wheelchair or your scooter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, maybe just have it strapped on a certain way, but so
Well,
you
yeah.
could fire well on though.
Well, I was thinking about it. Like if you got a scooter or a wheelchair, go to a Free State, especially one that has constitutional carry, right? Hell, you could just get yourself one of them scabbards that you have on the old cowboy saddles. Hook that up to your scooter or your wheelchair, and you can have yourself a rifle ready to go.
Yeah. It'd probably be all right hooked to a wheelchair or something.
Yeah.
Scabbards just slung over your back, I haven't had the best experience with. So I've got one, but it's a pain in the ass trying to get stuff out of it quickly. So looks cool, but it's not very functional.
Yeah.
But if it was strapped to something, that would make more sense.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, why there's much more people. I wanted to apologize for last week, guys. That I said I stopped there early because I was not feeling well at all. I just barely made it to the restroom to be sick. But where I was going with this is not in the great details. It must have been something I ate because as soon as I, got it out of me, I was good to go. I was feeling okay. Almost within minutes of unloading it, I should say. I'm trying to say it nicely without putting people off. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to let everybody know that, so I do apologize for that. Anyway. Oh, also, it's quiz night tonight, by the way. Just let everybody know. Do the drawing because it was a long 5-week month this month. Yeah. Payday for me is not until this Friday. It's been a long one. The 9th of the follow, that's a long time. It's all the way the 1st falls. Because the 1st didn't fall till last Thursday. So that makes everything back up a week. Don't worry, I've got my paydays all worked out, I can even tell you what day I'm getting paid my disability check next month already. Yeah. Oh, talking about that, I think I told you all before. Like, I mean, what like when I get paid Friday, the first thing I do is I sit there and I pay all my bills. Rent, electric, sewer, water, all that stuff, car insurance. I pay them all, get them done out the way. Then that way, if there's any left, I'm lucky. But if there's not, at least I know I got a roof over my head for the next 30 days, But where I was going is so like my electric is I'm on a budget plan. And this is what's annoying. This month, April, is what they call it makeup month. So if you owe them anything, you gotta pay it all if you want to stay on the budget plan for the next following year. So basically, I gotta pay double what I normally pay on a month because that's how much I owe them. I went over a little bit on it. But where I was going with this, they added an extra. They said for the next year, your budget plan has gone up another $30 a month. I thought you robbing bastards.
Wow.
Everything's gone up.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Yeah, but I mean, electric as a whole's gone up anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, my sewer's gone up, my water's gone up. They still haven't. Oh, change the subject real quick.
Just that alone. $360.
They still haven't fixed my leaking toilet yet. Right? And what's happening now, Rob, because the toilet's sort of like, my toilet's sort of like, it's long more than it's wide. I don't know if you can explain it. But so the toilet's down the far end. The sink where you wash your hands and stuff is up, and the mirror to do your shaving and stuff is up the other end. Well, I'm sitting there, and last week or so, might have been longer. I have a floor mat by the bathtub for like when you step out of the shower, instead of getting the floor away, the mat. And I have a mat by where the sink is. And lately, that mat has been soaked, and my friend thinks I'm pissing on the mat when I'm shaving or some shit. I don't know. Because it's absolutely drenched. But it was off the floor the other day. She threw it in the washing machine, and I went in there to go use the bathroom, and I'm looking at the floor by the sink when I'm walking out, and I see it looked wet. So I can't get on my knees because of my back, but I leaned over as far as I could, and I looked, and I said, hang on, and I pushed through. It's not, I don't think it's real wood, but I got wooden looking floors in here, right? But I pressed it where the water was, and water seeping out where the wood's joined. Boy. Now, is that coming from the toilet, you think?
It could be. It could be, down, and if you have what's termed a floating floor above it, then if it's leaking at the ring where you're flushing, and it's, it could be getting in between the two floors, not with a bad seal. Or you could have another water issue at the sink.
Possible. See, now when I asked the guys when they went underneath the the crawl space and put the new ductwork in for the AC. I said, didn't
Mhm.
you notice the floor all wet underneath there? They go, no. Were they looking? I don't know. I don't, you know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
they
I
were,
mean, you could have a problem by the sink itself, which is getting down. Could be the valve or any of the
yeah,
connections, possibly the drain,
yeah,
or it could be the tub.
very
Tub
possible.
shower setup.
I mean, either that leak's coming from the toilet and it's soaping up underneath there, or there's another leak there. My my water bill has gone up too. You know, more than it normally is, and I think that's due because the toilet is basically running all the time
Hmm.
because it's having to keep it full because it's leaking. You
Hmm.
know,
So maybe you have a leak on the seal between the tank, your top and bottom piece of your toilet,
yeah.
because
I
your
don't know.
bowl shouldn't run all the time. I mean, you could have a bad handle valve where the flapper's not closing all the way, something like that, where water's consistently running through. But yeah, that's definitely something I'd bring up to them. I was gonna
Well,
say
yeah, I'm
on your
going to.
water meter, you can test and see if you're losing water in a sense, as far as shut
Yeah,
everything off in the house, go out, wherever your meter is, and take a look at it. There's a little tiny red dial, and if everything's shut off and that little tiny red one that's usually off separate is spinning, then water's still leaking from somewhere.
okay,
So it's
all right,
a way
yeah,
to kind of indicate if you got a leak.
yeah. Two Live Moose said my irrigation sprung a leak and cost me $1,200 from the city. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I'm gonna contact the landlord and say, look, I notified you back on March 12th about the leak on the toilet. I'm gonna say now it's leaking up by the water's seeping through the floor. They're gonna have to rip that floor out if they ain't careful. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
My company's got like a little chart thing they'll give you.
Yeah.
Not me, but my local water supply or whatever. And it's basically starts off with like a pinhole size, and it'll say, how much that'll add up to be for a full month, and then it'll go up to, something like a raindrop or a small marker. Basically, how much of a leak do you have? Is it just barely coming out or whatever? But the price is fairly significant on what gets added up just by a consistent flow of water like that. So if you
Yeah, I
do
can
have a
believe it.
garden hose that doesn't seal right and they leave it on and it drips, like you are paying probably an extra $20 or something for that.
Oh,
So it does add up.
my bill is about how much more my bill is a month right now. An extra 20.
Okay, yeah, you might
You know?
have just a small leak somewhere going on where
Yeah. Yeah.
it's pretty amazing how much it does add up. But you got to think it's 24 hours a day. So
Yeah. And and what I don't understand is as a landlord, wouldn't he rather have it fixed and let all that flooring get ruined? You know?
he should, because if you were picky or had health conditions, I mean, legally, you know, it's debatable. All that could have to be ripped up, dried, do a moisture test, make sure everything's good, there's no mold, and then be all put back down properly again. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some people that take it all the way, and then there's some that they don't see any damage. They'll fix it when they feel like it. So
Yeah. What worries
uh,
me,
I don't know.
is, you know, I mean I'm no twinkle toes. I'm a big guy, and I got this fear I'm going to be sitting there and it's going to crash through the floor with me sitting on it. You know what I'm saying?
It's unfortunately, I got to say, it's possible the way I've seen toilets done and stuff in the past. So
Yeah.
hopefully that's not the case. You have a
Well, me
decent
too.
subfloor and something under there, but Yeah, yes, I've seen some bad ones.
Yeah, because a lot of these subfloors, basically all it is what oh, what in the hell's the stuff? It's not solid wood they use. It's what the hell do you call it?
Like a particle board.
Yeah, type stuff. That's what most of them
Yeah,
are nowadays.
OSB, zip sheeting. So yeah, it
Yeah,
modern ones, a lot of them. Yes, that's definitely it. Older buildings, a lot of it. Could have been actually 3/4 inch planks.
yeah,
So
yeah,
a little better, but a lot more.
yeah. John says if that happens, I'll definitely be able to afford that scooter with the tank tracks on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe,
yeah,
maybe
do the shit out
if
of
you
it.
live.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because they're actually the crawl space underneath the house here. It's it's at least you can't walk underneath. It's literally a crawl space. So it's at least 18 inches to 24 inches from the bottom of the floor to the actual ground. But I mean, that's a hell of a
Mhm.
drop. If you're up here and the floor caves in.
Oh yeah, and then
You know,
you're sitting on a bunch of porcelain that's probably gonna crack.
yeah,
So
and
now
go,
you got
cut
a
me and all kinds of shit. Yeah,
bunch of splinters in the ass, and
yeah,
pants are
yeah,
down. You can't stand up down there. Now you got to roll out from underneath the damn house, pantless,
yeah,
ass bleeding, and
yeah,
covered in shit. What an ordeal!
yeah. I know. And even the crown jewels might be damaged too.
Yeah, it could be. I mean,
Yeah,
shit. Hopefully you don't slice an artery in your leg or something.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I said I'm gonna contact them again and say, hey, I told you over 2 months ago that this was leaking. So John says, make sure you don't have diarrhea at 5.
No,
Yeah, you're
in
right
all
there.
reality, though, if you do have a leaky toilet seal, they're cheap. It's way better just to change it quick
Yeah,
sooner than later. Don't screw around with that because
and also
in the
you,
end, a lot of times the floor ends up having to be cut out, and you got to patch it in. So now you're ripping out your nice floor, going down to the subfloor, doing all that work, putting it in, and then people say floor, oh, that's not too bad. Well, don't forget about all the trim that has to be done too, because you're getting
yeah,
charged for all that. And then if
and
anything's water damage on your trim, or if you want to match specific, it turns out to be a big ordeal that you could have just avoided for like $10. So
yeah,
don't be
that
a cheap bastard and just
yeah,
change it out or pay somebody to change it out.
and really, when he puts the new one in, he should get that more expensive one you were talking about. The
Yeah,
seal.
yeah, either the rubber or foam. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Because being a big guy, you sit there, you lean a little bit, it flexes, the wax probably compresses, and then your seal's gone.
yeah,
So it's the other ones are way better. The wax ones are like $2-3. That's why a lot of landlords buy them. But technology's advanced. It's better, even for yourself to buy a better one, rubber or the foam. Because if you ever have to remove the toilet in the future, you don't have to buy a new ring. You can do it out. If you go to reinstall the toilet and you screw it up, you didn't. It's not ruined. You don't have to reset the ring, all that crap. So it's just makes more sense.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, what I was going to do, my big decision that I made, I talked about it at the beginning of the show, was my list of guns I was going to buy. Well, I was looking at the price of 410 lever action shotguns, in particular the one I want. The price nowadays is outrageous, and it ain't far off of what a suppressor cost me. Which was number one on my list. Then it was the shotgun, or I was flopped from week to week which one was number one, but I decided for just $300. I mentioned this once before, but what's jumped to the top of my list for this year is to get me a bolt action upper for my 308 from Bear Creek Arsenal, and turn it into a real, sniper rifle with the bolt action. What do you think? I thought that was a pretty good idea. You use the same
you don't want to hear what I want.
same lower, just snap it onto that lower, and I'm good to go. What do you think? I thought it was a pretty smart idea myself.
Well, yeah, if you wanted to go with the 308 that gets past to me upon your passing, then sure.
Yeah, well, see, it will come with two uppers, won't it? It will come with both
very
uppers.
possible. Yeah.
And they make the upper now. They didn't at first, but they do now. They actually make it in the same length barrel as that one, which is 24 inch. And a bolt action, if you're doing, if you're trying to, do long distance. I didn't say I was going to, but I wouldn't mind having a go at it at least. A bolt action is more precise than the sort of like AR platform, because all the energy is going out the front because it doesn't have to send the gases back to push the bolt back, So this is what I was told anyway. When did you get that 308? Oh, you see it? That's the one sitting on top of the toolbox there. I made that, John. I built it. I bought all the parts and put it together. I done it was it the end of last year or the beginning of this year? I can't. I've done it in the last 6 months.
End of last year, I think.
End of last year. It took me. I think it was 4 months because I budgeted so much a month out of my finances to pay for it. Plus, John, I sold a couple of firearms to help finance some of it. Which, when I think about it, sometimes I regret selling them because I always said it was my collection. I was going to keep them whether I shoot them or not. But those particular firearms I sold, I haven't shot them since I moved here. And end of this summer, when it comes to the next October, I've been here. Would you believe this, New York Outcast? Come October 9th of this year, I've been here for 7 years. Can you believe that crap?
Time flies.
Because I moved here October 2018. Because I remember I had my surgery on my left hip in July of 18. Then I moved that October to here. Then I had the surgery on the right hip. What was it? In 2020, I think it was. Yeah, because COVID was going on at the time. So I think it was 2020. I think. I have to look it up. But yeah, so it's been 7 years. Yeah, so that's what I did, John.
Yeah, so blew his budget.
Yeah.
He got pressured by Sean Connery.
Yeah, I haven't
build
seen
a 308. Build a 308. Da. You'll never regret it.
Yeah.
Which he hasn't. He hasn't. But Sean's not donating any 308 kind of ammo though.
No, he's not. He's not. Actually, I haven't spoken to him for a couple of months now because I don't go on the morning show anymore.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I don't know. I just be honest with you. I don't do a lot with my life per se, but I don't want to sit here for 3 or 4 hours. I'm not saying I don't enjoy talking to them all, but I got things to do. You know what I'm saying? Something had to give. So, unfortunately, doing that, going on there every day, I gave that up. Yeah. But anyway, John, I did blow my budget on that 308 because the original plan was that's only going to cost me, a few $100s to build because I'm building it myself. Well, it ended up costing me, I think it was $990 something odd dollars altogether. But I got parts on it that I really wanted, so I'm happy with it. Shoots great. It really does. I included in that, and I even bought 308. That's not 308. That's but I even got the dies to reload it and everything, John. So I reload my own ammo. So it's I have enjoyed it, and I need to take it out and shoot it again. But what I've been doing though, I've been practicing with my 380. So, we lost New York. I think he must have made it home, or he's dropped out on me. So there's only me here. Here he is. He's back. Okay, you made it back.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right. So, yeah. So, but I've been practicing with my 380 because I realized I haven't been shooting it as much as I should. I was embarrassed the last time I shot it. I missed more than I hit, and normally I'm a very good shot with my old carry gun, but it truly is a perishable item. If you don't practice, you lose it. So, I hadn't fired it for a couple of months, and it's amazing how quick it goes away. So I've been shooting it, getting it. I'm coming back. I'm getting pretty good again. I'm not trying to be cocky, but I am a pretty good damn shot with that thing. So I also thought about buying another 380. What we were talking about last week, getting 2 of them, one on each hip.
Yep.
I thought about it for a day or so. But then I decided to go with the bolt action 308 upper. So you're right there, John. We don't shoot as often or as well as we like. You're right, but we got to. You got to keep practicing. Yeah, I was talking about getting a matching pair, John, my 380s. With the gold accent, come out with 2 guns. But I was thinking I might get one in the silver accent. So I have one in gold, one in silver. Or both the same. I haven't decided yet. I might do it, actually. But after I get my bolt action upper. That's been added to my list of what I want to get. So I've wasted a whole hour here just talking about me and my issues. So you got anything you want to say there, New York Outcast?
Not much. I was going to say, if you're worried about price, obviously, I know of a 380 that's just over 300 rubies. That's pretty nice. You might like something a little different, but
Yeah,
Other than that, no, I don't have much to say.
Yeah. That is a nice 380 you got there, though. It really is. You know? And it looked like I can see your daughter's not going to give that back to you anyway. The way she was
Yeah,
shooting
probably
it,
not.
she was doing a good
Yeah,
job.
no,
You know?
yeah.
Oh,
She likes that.
absolutely.
So
Yeah. Matching holsters and stuff. Oh, absolutely. They're, I only use I mean, I prefer using leather because being a big guy like myself, Kydex, when the old Michelin I mean, the Kydex digs into me. Leather's a bit more forgiving, you know? I just feel it is anyway. So, yeah. You know. So, no, a 380 will take down a zombie long as you hit him in the head. You know? They make some good ammo for 380 nowadays. So, anyway, while I'm thinking about it, quiz. Now, I'm going to do it again, but I'm very disappointed in everybody. Nobody enters. Just one or two people enter every month, and that's it. So they're saying one or two people win every month. Because when I click the button, it's only got, like this month, it's only got two names to choose from. So there's a 50-50 chance one of them going to win. And both of them have won before. Because these two enter all the time. So anyway, my last month's question was, I made it real easy too, hoping I'll get more entries. I wanted to know, where is it? Who was the only unmarried president of the United States? And that was James Buchanan, the 15th president of the United States from 1857 to 1861. So there you go. That was the answer I was looking for. And so let's see where's my picker? Where is it gone? Here it is. Let's see. Here we go. Let me click it. Who's the winner? The winner is Patriot in the Dark. Yep, he won it. He entered it. He won it the week before. He didn't win it last month. He won it the month before. So in 2 months, he's won 2 swag packs. See? So you guys need to enter more. You really do. Okay. Now,
maybe that's the real reason he doesn't join the panel anymore, because he's more interested in winning the prize. Yeah,
it could be. I don't know if he's in the chat
be.
tonight because I ain't seen him. But anyway, I always do the drawing on the first Wednesday of the month. So for the question for this month, the drawing will be on the 4th of June. That is the first Wednesday of the month. So there you go. Now this one, it's not hard. Might be a little bit more difficult. Oh, excuse me. But it's not hard. Now, I want to say I got my answers for this question from Google. So, so I'm taking it. That's the answer I'm using. What I want to know, hang on. I want to know what was considered the first multi-shot firearm to be brought into military service. Not the first one made, but is considered the first multi-shot firearm to be brought into military service. So, there you go. Email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. Get it into me by the 4th of June, and you can be in for the swag pack. So there we go. When are you giving away the 308? Well, John, New York Outcast has got dibs on that when I finally kick the bucket. You know, he's got dibs.
Yeah. Back off, John. Back off.
Yeah. So, he was dang it. Yeah. So that was it. Anyway, so with that, guess what I had the other night? Salad. You know, I'll tell you, I'm eating a lot of salads. Like, you know,
I had one last night myself. So
yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna. So you got anything you want to close with there, New York Outcast?
no, just thanks for having me. Good to see John back out there, and appreciate everybody swinging by. So eat a salad and catch you next week.
So as John says, as he's never leaving New York, so he'll never get the gun hands on it anyway. That gun's not legal in New York, I don't think. You know?
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll figure out a way.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, because it's no. It could be. It's got a fixed stock on it. The stock doesn't slide. You know, it's not collapsible or anything.
There you go.
So there you go. Anyway. And it's good. And the only thing is you would have to get a 10 round mag for it. You know? I think that's the maximum you can have there, ain't it? I'm not sure what New York's is. So.
Yeah, and front flash hider or whatnot would probably have to be removed if possible. Or
Okay.
worse come to worse, an upper without one. So for some reason that makes it extra scary.
Now, you're allowed to have a tripod, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, with that, gentlemen, I'm going to call it, and it's been nice talking to you all, as always. And as I said, I will be back next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, the only time zone that matters. So with that, it's been good to see you, John Z, too. Come back next week if you can. All right. So with that, I want to say good night to everybody. Good night. Good night, Sabrina.